Hello, my friends. We join Tinker again on his adventures. This is number 3. I'll start off where we've got to. The huge dog had reached him. It was a German Shepherd. It came towards Tinker, its mouth opening to reveal large white teeth. It grabbed Tinker with its mouth, its teeth closing on the back of his neck. Tinker opened his eyes, which he had screwed tight shut. Hold on, I'm alive. He's not going to eat me. The German Shepherd was bounding across the park, carrying Tinker. His little feet were just missing the ground. He was taking Tinker straight to Mighty Oak. The dog held him firm in his mouth. However, he did not hurt him. Tinker now relaxed, knowing that he wasn't going to be a dog's dinner. He was enjoying his ride. It was exciting. The poor dog owner was still calling his dog to return. He didn't know what was going on. Nearly there, thought Tinker, just past that play area. There, they were there. The dog gently placed Tinker on the ground. Hello there, young fella. Mighty Oak asked me to help you across the park. I'm Marty. I didn't hurt you, did I? No, you didn't. Thank you. Tinker had so many questions. How did this great tree know who he was, what he was doing? It was so confusing for the young squirrel. I'd better go now, Tinker. Tinker looked amazed. How does he know my name, he thought. Goodbye. Yes, thank you. Goodbye. With that, the dog ran back to his bewildered owner, who looked just as confused as Tinker. Tinker was standing by a very high wooden fence. He slowly looked up. The great tree's branches were hanging over the fence into the park. Its thick, dense leaves were starting to turn brown. Hello, Tinker. The voice was deep, but sounded warm and friendly. It did make Tinker jump. Nervously, he replied, Hello, Mr. Tree. Here, climb up the fence so I can talk to you. I'll explain, said the kindly voice. Yes, sir, Mr. Tree. Tinker promptly climbed up the fence and sat down. As he sat down, he had a better look. The tree was bigger than he even imagined. There was a winding path that led to a pretty cottage. The path met up to the cottage's back door, and there were 2 steps up to the back door. On the top step there was a very pretty black and white cat, fast asleep in the autumn sun. Well, you're probably wondering how I know all about you, young Tinker. Yes, I was, sir. Your friend Zack sent word to me this morning that you were on your way, and could we please let your parents know when you arrive safely? So I will do that now. Parker, the tree called. Just then a jay landed on the fence next to Tinker. The bird looked up at the tree, awaiting instructions. If you can please fly back to Zack, tell him Tinker's here safe and sound. If they want to come here to collect the young fella later, they can ask Badger. Wait, silly me, I forgot. Badger doesn't like being out in the day. I know, the deer won't mind. All right, Parker? Yes, I will go now. And with that, the jay smartly flew off. Now, you have something to ask? Yes, my mother mentioned you and said that you knew what to do, and there's a road, and they're going to knock all our houses down tomorrow, Tinker blurted out nervously. The mighty tree laughed. Calm down. Tell me everything from the beginning. No need to be nervous. Tinker took a deep breath and started again from where he was with Zack in the bushes, and they overheard the 2 men talking. Mighty Oak listened patiently, letting the young squirrel finish his story. When Tinker had finished, the tree didn't say anything. Tinker felt awkward. It was so silent. Just then Parker landed on the fence next to Tinker. Well, I've delivered the message. Your mum and dad sent their love. Oh, and to tell you they're very proud of you. Tinker suddenly blushed. They are coming later via the deer, and they have permission to bring young Zack with them. Thank you, Parker. I don't know what to do. I told Mighty Oak my story. I think he's gone to sleep. He hasn't said anything for ages. Oh, Parker laughed. He does that when he's thinking. Has he made funny moaning noises? Yes, actually he has. Yes, that's it. It's just he's deep in thought. Oh, said Tinker. Then suddenly the great tree spoke. Well, he sort of mumbled to himself. He kept saying, Where is it? Where is it? Then, with a loud "Aha! That's it, I've remembered," he looked to the fence. Where had that young squirrel gone? "Tinker," he called. "I'm down here." Tinker and Jay had fallen off the fence. Mighty Oak had given them such a start they both fell off the fence. The great tree scooped them up with his branches and placed them back on the fence. "Sorry, boys. There is a really important document. We need to stop the road going ahead." Wow! Tinker did not expect that. He thought the mighty tree could help with evacuating everyone in time. It didn't occur to him he could actually stop it happening. This was marvelous. "Poppy! Poppy!" The great tree was calling to wake up the cat to sleep on the step, but it did not stir. That cat is so hard to wake up. Parker, will you please go and wake Poppy for me? "What, me? No way. She nearly got me 3 days ago. That cat's got problems. Not my fault they named her after her dad." "Oh, yes, of course. Silly me. Tinker, can you wake Poppy up for me? I need to talk to her urgently." So Tinker leapt to the ground and ran along the winding path to the step where Poppy lay asleep. Silly bird, being scared of this cat, thought Tinker. It looked so lovely. It was so cuddly and soft. Instead of gently waking the cat, for some reason in this young squirrel's mind, he came to the conclusion that the best way to wake this cat up was to jump on it. Parker couldn't watch. He put his wings over his eyes. Mighty Oak was just in the middle of saying, "No, not like that." Too late. Poppy leapt in the air. She scratched poor Tinker. Poor Tinker managed to explain in the end. He said he was so sorry for waking her up like that. Poppy felt very sorry and did apologize to the young squirrel. They shook paws and made friends. Poppy went to Great Oak, who told the cat what she must do. She did not look very happy at all. However, begrudgingly she went into the cottage through the cat flap. It was quiet for ages, and then there was such a commotion. They could hear voices. "No! Naughty cat! Mind the breakfast!" Then Mighty Oak heard Susan shout, "Naughty cat! Poppy, what's got into you? What are you doing? Get down from there!" Then there was a loud smash. It sounded like broken glass. With that, Poppy flew out at the flap of the cat flap, gave Mighty Oak, Tinker and Parker a thumbs up, and fled out of the garden. Mighty Oak heard Rose say, "I don't know what's got into her. She hasn't been like that before. I'm so sorry, Susan."